Hi everyone, this is the Moonhawk Network. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Kim. I'm one of the writers of The Lavenders, and I wrote the short story and the script for Surrender. I am a member of um, Moonhawk Studios as well as Pink Panty Productions, and I own my own studio, Studio H&H, where I do all my other independent projects from Mike. They're on my own. Mike's been a big help to me. He provided hosting for Salient Colligation. He also gave me a lot of chances to experiment, to further myself as both a comic writer as well as a comic artist. I was given a short audition to color Starship Moonhawk, and so I got a chance to do that. So I was doing that for a little bit for like Starship Moonhawk 2.0. I overdid it with shading and painting and stuff like that, but it was the first webcomic that I actually got to color, and he gave me the opportunity to do that. I've known Mike since around like 2003, 2004. We became friends by way of the Lounge comic, and so I became friends with JJ, and then I became friends with Mike, and then I somehow ended up as admin of the Lounge forums. And then when things didn't go, when drama happened, I stayed on with Mike and moved to the Starship Moonhawk forums. And it was there in the Starship Moonhawk forums that I created this character, Karma Mercellus, as this Marine Mercadian colonel for Epsilon Gamma RPG, and then we decided not to do that, and then Karma got rolled into Starship Moonhawk, so I actually got to voice her as well for the motion comic. Surrender was a short story that I originally wrote when I was about 15 or 16 in my junior year of high school. And it was just this little sci-fi story that I wrote based off of a dream. So it was just this little, like, 5-page short story, if that, talking about this character that that was being held prisoner as a prisoner of war, and was being brutally tortured by her captors. So we were talking. So I talking about like giving up hope, and then like being strong, and then having the will to survive. So I wrote it, and I put it aside. So we fast forward to like 2004, 2005. I'm like out of high school for a few years, and I'm thinking, I want to start like achieving my goal of being a published author. So I want to start submitting short stories to anthologies or collections or something. And so I decided to show Mike. It's like, hey Mike, I'm thinking about cleaning up this story, fleshing it out a little bit into like standard short story format for publication. What do you think? And then he read it, and he was like, oh wow, this would be a really good really good origin story for this character of mine. Elle, I've been meaning to write this short story or write her background for her. Would you mind adapting this for Starship Moonhawk? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that. So he gave me some more details of the Chosen War to put in more of the actual universe stuff into my short story, instead of this ambiguous rebellion against the organization, because I was so original in naming things back at 15. So I wrote it into a short story, and then I took that again into a comic script. So it was my first short story adaptation into a comic script, and which was an experience. And then he pitched it to a couple of different artists. We got one art, so it was drawn by 2 different artists. And then like last year, Mike was like, "Hey, I'm gonna animate this thing," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So he got voice actors to do it. Elsie Lovelock is like amazing, and she absolutely killed it as Elle. And and then Mike's like, "Hey, can you write me like 6 short sentences for this teaser trailer?" And I'm like, okay. You know, I'm working full time. I'm in the Navy. I'm doing college full time too, and I also have a family. They're around here somewhere, um, probably gaming. But I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I can manage 6 sentences, and so I did it, and then we put it into the trailer, and then like December, there it is. It's really cool. I never thought that this story that I wrote when I was like 15 would be a comic, and definitely not like a short little indie animation with voices. I've learned so much in 20 years from writing comics that I'm really glad that I had that Mike gave me a chance, gave me the opportunity, and he's still not tired of me yet. So the Lavenders was like the first full script that I wrote. Like no kidding. Like he gave me an outline and then I kind of fleshed it in. And I'll talk more about the Lavenders another time. But I'm pretty excited with how Surrender came out, and you know, Mike told me, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna be doing this as a trilogy, so let's start writing the script for Survivor." So we're still working on that. I have some other characters to flesh out, and we're going back and forth on the script for that. So I'm looking forward to it. So be sure to support the project when we get to it. But I think I've rambled a little bit long enough. I'm gonna link the teaser trailer and Surrender in the comment in my description here. So if there is anything in particular that you would like me to talk about or answer about Surrender or the Lavenders or anything like that, just comment below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe.